This is Deva Namito. He
Deva
is
नहीं, Dev-
क्यों?
Dev Namito.
Hello everyone, this is Isha. I'm back with another episode and I'm here with Namito. He is a very good friend of mine and he's been learning Kathak since the past 15 years and even more. And currently he's also teaching Kathak right here in Pune. So today we're gonna have a very intriguing conversation between a Indian classical dancer and a Western not so serious dancer, and it is going to be pretty fun. So let's get right into it. So my first question, I'm pretty sure a lot of people have asked you this before. How did you get into Kathak? But I'm not going to ask you that. Mainly because you got into Kathak 15 years ago. Who knows what क्या सोच के तू गया होगा उसमें, because you were a kid. So I'm not going to ask you that. I'm going to ask you what made you stay in Kathak.
That's an interesting question. First of all, thanks for having me. Uh, what made me stay in Kathak was the novelty of the dance form, first of all, and the fact that not many male dancers are doing it, at least in Maharashtra. In North, you can see many male dancers, but this was something that was quite a challenge for me, and proving myself, making my dance more refined, and making it look less feminine as opposed to the current scenario that is going on with male dancers. I think that was quite a challenge, and learning an art for so many years, once you start getting good at it, it gives you a kick. So
Okay.
that's what made me stay in it.
Okay, but you did not like get into the normal hustle culture that our generation is going like. मेरे को पेरेंट्स के घर में नहीं रहना. I wanna get out of this house. I wanna live on my own, earn my own money, and do my own thing. Not conventional. Something कुछ अलग करना है, हटके करना है. So you did not take up that as your, कि अब मैं निकलूंगा, like something like your brother did. He decided long ago and then he went on, moved to Mumbai to become a cinematographer. So you chose to like be on your ground and in your roots and still stay true to your art, basically, even if it is not that commercially lucrative. You did not like word ki mujhe chalo, let me focus on earning money now, main paisa banata hu. Like you are still committed to your art, and that's very rare. So yeah, congratulations for that. And if you want to say something on that.
Yeah, I think even if it's not commercially lucrative, I think it's very rewarding. So whenever we do anything in a slow manner, if it's stretched out, it gives a sort of satisfaction which quick things cannot give
Yeah.
in the short run.
Yes.
And that's why I chose to do this in the long run. And I think that it has made me the person who I am right
Yeah.
now. And of course, I'll keep doing it, not in this form or the other. Something I'll keep on discovering something new in this. But I think what it has added to my life is far more richer than I thought it was going to be.
True. That's nice. Good. So, congratulations. You've got a very rare achievement. And I'll be moving on to the next question that I also find kind of, common in all the art forms is the practice part of it, the riyaz part of it, the basic foundation level part of it. Because if you're a dancer, any style that you perform, any art form that you do, be it music, dance, painting, or any art form, you have to get the expertise on the basic foundation first. Like if you're a painter, you need to like draw circles the whole day on a plain paper, fill the whole book with just circles.
Yeah.
So don't you find monotony and वो ऐसे जो होता है ना कि रियाज करना है ऐसे
That is very common.
so yeah, so even I find that a lot in me. I can't get myself to just do
Gather yourself and show up every day.
show up to do the same thing. मैं पूरा दिन ये कर रही हूँ, ये कर रही हूँ मैं. मतलब there's one movement and that's like 80% of any art form, because you have to get that clear first. Only then you can, that's like the 80% work that you do backstage. And the stage, the glamour, the videos, everything is just 20% that people see and mujhe bhi karna hai. And that's something that of course keeps you going. But again, that's when you realize कि ये तो सिर्फ इतना ही था. मतलब the what you look and what you experience is like, okay, in order to just get that 20%, I have to give in that much of an effort, which is another reason why a lot of artists drop out of art, because they can't give that much time and effort anymore. How do you manage to do that? And how have you been doing that since 15 years?
Yeah, so I don't know about many other classical dancers, but Indian classical arts have this foundation of doing a sadhana. So it's basically a long term practice, and it is just about the practice. Like 99% of the time is just practice. 1% I would say I won't say it as a performance, but it's like a demonstration of whatever you've become, whatever you've accumulated, or whatever you've made of yourself. You go on the stage and you put yourself out there. And people watch that, they get inspired. Many people want to learn that.
Yeah.
Some people just want to savor that art form for what it is. So I think many dancers don't know this. Some of them, of course, do. But dance is not just about performance, glamour, entertainment, or doing stuff on stage or on video or on reels, whatever. It is about the practice, then it is about the riyaz, then it is about the sadhana, and then it is about sharing.
Yeah.
So these four things have been uh, in my mind whenever I started practicing myself. So practice is what you've learned a sequence and then you keep repeating that. Riyaz is working on your technique. Then sadhana is you just go deeper into your dance. Whatever you've learned, it's not necessarily that you do the form. It's something you work on yourself. And that in turn gives way to self improvement and your dance gets improved.
Yeah.
And the sharing.
It's a full circle.
Yeah. And sharing is something either you teach or you perform or you demonstrate.
Yeah.
That is sharing. That
Okay.
is the last part of it. So these four things, I think they have been in my mind, and mostly self improvement. If you improve yourself, whatever you're gonna do is going to either attract people or it is going to inspire them
Yes.
or it is going to give you satisfaction in the long run.
Yes.
So this is what inspired me to every single day go for riyaz, even if I'm like very tired, I don't want to do it now, but still you have to sometimes get to it.
push it and have that discipline कि मुझे ये रोज करना है. This is make peace with the fact that I have to give this back to my art, that something that art has given to you. You have to pay it back through this discipline, even though however monotonous it could get. I personally take it as a responsibility that I often fail to do, but still I have this mentality that it is your responsibility to give back to your art and whatever it has, because it has given you so much in life. So you better like keep performing. Hi, it's a weekend. Moving on. Any Kathak myths that you wanna break?
my God, there are many, but
Gimme.
okay, I'll just start by saying Kathak is not just a female oriented dance form. It has both the qualities of Tandava, which is male dancing, and Lasya, which is female dancing. And what I call the synthesis of that is Natwari dancing. So, Natwari dancing is the dance of Krishna, from
Okay.
which Kathak got its roots from. So, that's why Kathak is mostly called Natwari Nitya.
Okay.
And that is a synthesis. So, according to each body language, the teacher has to and the dancer has to adapt and construct their own dance form, their own style, so that it does not look bad on their body. That is very important. Yeah. So, that is what is Shastra. It's like basically refinement, aesthetics, and all the things that you just not do so that you get a kick out of it or people watch and applaud. It's not just that, it is working on yourself. That also means the outer form has to look beautiful. But at the same time, there's an inner form that is going on, which most of the dancers miss, most of the artists miss. But yeah, I am also huge on meditation and internal arts. So I think balancing the outer form and the inner form is very important. Wow. One more myth is that Indian classical art form always has to do something with mythology. It is totally wrong. And people like us who are in the contemporary age kind of feel a bit distant from mythology. But of course, it's something that you have to learn, but something that you can surpass. You can explore contemporary themes. You can explore something that is spiritual, something that is societal.
You don't have to hold on to it.
Yeah. So the scope is infinite. I know why people just stick to mythology and religion because it's what they have grown up with. But I can say that sky is the limit. And of course, I'll be very happy to explore all of this in the future. Yeah. Of course, I'm still learning, but yeah, it's
15 years and still learning. Okay, good. So, since you just spoke about exploring so many forms and so many avenues and ways of expressions, do you also wish to kind of learn a Western style or maybe do something like a fusion in the future and, a mixture of both? Or learn many different Western styles.
Yeah.
Like one reason I did not get into classical was the time and effort that it takes. Like I've always to nahi, but like recently I have been very much inclined towards watching classical dance. पहले तो मुझे watch में भी interest नहीं था. I did not was not so interested even in going to live performances and watching them. But over the years, I did develop that, and I enjoy it now. But I don't find the time to give to, even though I want to learn something in the Indian classical arena, but I don't have I have yet not reached the state where I am ready to give in 5 years, 8 years, 10 years to this art form. So, but comparatively, Western styles do not suck you up so much. So, for you it might get very you know more appealing to mix something with Indian. Plus, you've already got such a huge base and strong. Your body is already in this. So, do you see yourself doing more Western?
Yeah. So I have a very different take on this as opposed to many other Indian classical dancers, I feel, because I have been brought up in an environment where you were not supposed to do any sports. You were not supposed to do any other dance form apart from Kathak. Of course, folk dances were kind of used, but everything else was a no-no.
Why so?
Because it changes your body line.
Oh.
And if you want to do classical dance seriously, you have to stay committed to that form.
Oh.
So that there is a certain type of body conditioning that
Grace.
happens. So, after being brought up in that kind of environment, when I got out of that, the whole world was open for me to explore free dancing, or I do a lot of Gurjif movements,
yeah.
sacred movements. Then I love to watch other dance forms, other music videos, Bollywood sometimes. So Bollywood was a strict no-no before. But I know that you should know how to respect the art form that you're doing while exploring other things. That is a thing that you have to keep in mind. But yeah, I would love to learn other things because each form brings out a possibility, a potential that is already hiding in your body.
True.
Because you know how to move your body. But when I started free dancing, I did not know how to dance on any other music except classical music. So it was a big breakthrough for me when I started going to the
Osho International
Meditation Resort. I started to dance, and when I danced, oh my god, I was like, "Ki, yaar, this is dancing."
I was going to come to that. Did that breakthrough happen in Osho, and mainly because after that only you started exploring these Gurdjieff movements, and there was another five elements,
Five rhythms, yeah.
five rhythms. So these are all free dancing, and
Yeah.
so good that you started like exploring other, and yeah, I do hope to see or collaborate with you um on this stage, and bring something even much more beautiful in the near future, and anything you would like to.
Yeah, so I think Kathak is a form, but most of the people who are, for example, it's like you would say you belong to India, you are an Indian. So it does not mean that you cannot be a global citizen. Does not mean that you cannot cross borders, expand your horizons, and meet the world in a different space. In the same way, Kathak is a form of dancing.
Yeah.
Dance is a very vast subject, and you cannot just define it on some form that you've been learning for the past X amount of years. Might it be Bharatnatyam and might it be Odissi, whatever, or ballet, Western classical. Usually, what happens is when you are growing up in a classical environment, there is a superiority complex that goes into you unknowingly because your teachers are so proud of what they do. It certainly gets into you somehow, and if you're not aware about it, it can affect you. It can make your ego so expanded that you see कि western classical ये तो मैं नहीं करूँगा, ये hip hop, people who don't have that much amount of capability do it. It's just for time pass वगैरह. It's like it constricts you in certain
बहुत rigidity आ
Yeah.
जाती है उसकी वजह से.
So classical dancers have to be very aware about that thing, and they have to be allowing to allow dance to possess you in a way, because when once you say नहीं मैं यही movements करूँगा या मैं यही ताल नाचूंगा या मैं ऐसे ही अभिनय करूँगा, even in classical dance forms there is such competition. कथक वाले भरतनाट्यम वालों का नहीं दिखते हैं, वो इनका नहीं दिखते हैं, then they are not ready to even accept that the other form has to offer something and you can learn something from it.
Yeah.
That is very important.
Yeah.
So the tradition that we follow in Kathak is of Pandit Gopi Krishna ji.
Okay.
And he had learnt many classical dance forms. He had also watched Western classical dance and modern dancing, the jumps, the leaps, the sliding, everything he has incorporated in his style of dancing.
Okay.
So that was a huge thing at that time because he was seeing the world is changing so much. Of course, classical dance also has to change in a way. So that was a huge contribution, but his generations have not been seeing that, sadly.
Oh.
Like the people who are in his tradition,
They
but
stuck to the older
yeah,
versions of
because
Kathak.
it's like innovation has a certain danger in it.
Hmm.
If you want to be respectable, of course, he was a huge figure. That why he got the title of Natraj. Like he was almost dance himself. So for him, it was okay, but people after him couldn't take that risk of expanding the borders of dance themselves. So it is kind of the same that is happening. Of course, some here and there innovation is there, but I really think that his vision of dancing and his eagerness to learn and incorporate everything in his dance style is very applaud worthy, I would say.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. So, do you break through like out of the original?
Repertoire, yeah. So I think that I would really love to do that, but at this stage, I'm trying to make a Kathak repertoire of myself.
Okay.
So my style of dancing. So I'll explore the Kathak arena as well, but I'm also learning new things.
Okay.
So when I'm comfortable that I have something in my hand, because leaving this and then incorporating something into it, something alien, that will just make a poorer product, I feel.
Okay.
So I think if I have something concrete and then I start mixing it something slowly
Oh.
into that, that will
That's so much more smarter. I would have just jumped into the other thing right away.
so I think that will be more sustainable for me. It won't make like I've heard of this term a lot when I was growing up. It won't make a khichdi. So it shouldn't be
Good.
like a khichdi.
Yeah, true. And you will be forming a strong concrete base of yours. तो फिर मतलब वैसे तो हो चुका होगा यार 15 साल में तो अब तक बट ठीक है ऑफ कोर्स एवरीबडी हैज देयर ओन पेस एंड यू विल slowly I'll see you making something of your own and something unique just like your guru did and yay. So, any concluding statements you wanna give to
Yeah.
my 500 viewers?
I think that more conversations like these should happen between classical dancers and modern day dancing and Western styles of dancing and other faculties of dance. Like, I am big on dance shouldn't just be a sort of entertainment.
Yeah.
It should also be uh, a therapy, a kind of spiritual practice, meditation, a kind of community building and celebration. Like, we have all these things, but we always focus on dance as entertainment. And it just does not enrich you as a dancer, and it does not do justice to dance. Come on, you have got such a huge gift of dancing, and then you're just exploring.
Sticking to that.
Yeah. You want just applaud from the audience, you want recognition, you want fame. Of course, those things are something that happen on their own.
Ha, those things are byproducts.
Yeah.
They shouldn't be considered as the main focus of dance or emphasizing so much that you forget the pure essence of dance itself.
Yeah. So I think all these forms of dancing should be explored and more conversations like these should happen. And I think the classical community is actually evolving, of course, at a slow rate, but I would say it is still doing a good job. Like,
Okay.
I have a few colleagues who are thinking out of the box. Of course, there is a fear of gurudom and guru shishya worship, and all those boundaries are there. But I feel if everyone is very careful of not hurting anyone, but still putting their foot forward. That is very important. So usually all the dance students are very, with whom I have spoken, are very fearful of what will happen if they say something against what their guru is saying. They will just be kicked out of the community. That is a very big fear. But students have to speak up, otherwise there's not much that people can do if there's so much rigidity.
हाँ कोई change ही नहीं है. There's no flexibility. There's no uniqueness in it. You're just like it
repeating the
becomes
old pattern.
mechanical after a
So
point.
my teacher always says that there is a framework, एक साचा जो मराठी में कहते हैं, तो वो होता है क्लासिकल डांसिंग में, बट आई फील दैट इट इज नॉट दिस, इट इज दिस. If it has some flexibility, it makes you breathe inside that framework.
Yeah.
Otherwise you just get suffocated.
Yeah.
So of course this has to be there, but in a sustainable way, in a more flexible yet mindful way. That is something that people fear, because if they think that boundaries are getting relaxed, then तो सब खतरा है बस. मतलब classical dance की तो तुम लोग MF कर दोगे, but it's like it has to be, of course it has to be mindful.
Yeah.
You are relaxing the boundaries, but you're also
Within the boundaries.
Yeah, within the bound. The boundaries are there, but you're just relaxing it a bit.
Mhm.
So I feel people should start talking about it more, be more brave. Like, this is a big thing that I'm doing, I feel, and I'm going to get severe backlash for it. People are going to talk about it a lot if they see this. But yeah, people need to grow up at the same time. So I
Okay.
feel this encourages that.
Okay. You also teach your students to be this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, big time.
Okay, good, good. Then you're on the way of changing a lot of क्या बोलते हैं उसको
So thinking mindset.
rules, regulations, and जो होता है ना ऐसे ऐसे खट 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 खट.
Yeah.
So you are bending the rules and good. I'm so happy we had this conversation.
Yeah, even I.
And there is so much that I actually learnt in the past 15 minutes. So because I did not know, we haven't spoken on this level about dance. So amazing. Thank you so much for being here. And I'm pretty sure a lot of my dancer friends, Indian classical, Western, also will enjoy this a lot. And
we should do a series. More, because I have so much to speak about it. So I just invited you. You can.
Crazy. Yeah, let's do it.
And let us know in the comments if you want to see more of this.
Yes. Put down your thoughts and I will see you next time. Bye bye. Ooh. Damn. मेरा चैनल है